Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it has been a while since this new year and coming to election period and everything. None of you had me saying anything in this platform. Yeah, not that because I was quiet, not that because I was disappointed, not being given opportunity to run as one of the presidential candidates to challenge Yoweri Museveni. Most of my friends has been reaching out to me asking me, Mr. President, what is going on? So you're not even talking about the situation that is happening in the country. Of course, the election day and the challenge which is going on, the arrest of Babi and of course Bobi Wine disappearing, the deployment of the army and the police, of course, the controversial statements made by Andrew Mwenda on social media, on TV that have been saying even after the month of the elections and everything. So, what is your take on this? The question is truly, can I say that if some of you have been watching my video back ago, I said that Uganda is under authoritarian democracy. Now, most people would say that was this really a democracy time that has been put? Was what we call authoritarian democracy, where you have to manage your opponent, you have to intimidate them, you have to show them that you have the power, but also the part of the democracy that practice which is trying to display is to uh, cover up the image of the West to make sure that they know that, oh, Uganda has democracy, but in actual sense, the democracy is within the authoritarianism, where someone has to use force and energy to make sure that something is done according to their plan, according to their wish. But of course, Bobi Wine is urging up the people of Uganda to get up, to rise up, and fight for their freedom and do everything in their power to make sure that Uganda is free. As me, as Michael, I won't say much less than, because right now I am not the one challenging President Museveni. Of course, Bobi Wine was he emerged to become the second best, so he has the right to challenge. And of course, he denied. He said he's not going to challenge it into the court because he doesn't trust the court system in Uganda. Yes, and of course, and then we are seeing back and forth message between them and General Muhoozi, where he's giving an ultimatum, and later on, after sometimes, he went and deleted off his message from Twitter, but also like just yesterday, when you look at the new tweet that he has posted saying that so far he has killed 30 no foot soldiers. Now, this all doesn't calculate everything. And then some of my political friends that are outside there, I also saw them. For example, like my friend Magezi William, who also managed to run as a member of parliament of Chandodo East. He also posted something very funny on his social media platform, talking of that the people of northern Uganda and the people of East and so on, they let Bobi Wine down, they changed their mind and so on. Anyway, I won't say much beyond that because that is how his shallow mind is thinking, not knowing that politics is a game. And he tested the game, right? He after all of me and him and the rest of the other people, we didn't go through as presidential candidates in the election challenging Museveni. He went to run as a member of parliament. So he tested the game. So it's a game. It's a game that you learn how to play. So when you have the power, you play it right. When you don't have the power, they will play you. Of course, right now as we speak, Museveni has the power and has the money, and he's using it with his family to make sure that he protect. For him, he's saying protecting the gain. But what kind of gain are you guys talking about? It's the gain of their power to make sure they be there. But the question is, how long will this going to take on, and how long will this going to be in place? Remember, every government that changed. We remember in Libya when Muammar Gaddafi was taken off. What happened? That's the question number one. What happened? Where are the family of Muammar Gaddafi with all the power? Libya was one of the best nations in Africa, where it was even supporting even some of the Africans, budgets. It was doing a lot of things. We don't talk of when look at Sudan itself. So the question is, at the end of the day, all these leaders, when they're still in power, that kind of joys and celebrations and control of power. But when it ends, it will not always end well. But Anyway, that is what the whole history is. But will that be the same case for Uganda? Now, me as Michael, who's a politician, I will tell you, I don't know for sure if that's going to be the case for Uganda. But what I know is that it will depend on the situation, how the Ugandan react. But my only challenge is that it shouldn't be at the cost of people's life. You know, we have seen as Uganda, we have never had peaceful transfer of power from one president to another, and that's the only challenge I see in our nation as Uganda. Why? Because when you look at the time of Obote, and when Obote got power peacefully from, let me say, from the British time, from that time up to now, we have never seen that peaceful transfer of power. And every transfer of power that has been taken through military and everything, there has been a cost of life that Ugandan has to pay, bloodshed. So I expected this President Museveni, with his advisors and people who surround him, would have also tried to advise and tell him, you know what, it's not good for all the time. The blood of the innocent people of Uganda has to keep paying, because at the end of the day, it won't go well, because those bloods are not just going down silently. It's gonna be a result that might come up later. You know that. So I pray that let him be a hero that shall be remembered as someone who has brought Uganda from that kind of terror and chaos, and then managed to hand over power peacefully to Ugandans, and the system continue. And that is one thing that everyone will remember, even if there's still much big challenge ahead of us that we all expect, ladies and gentlemen. But we only urged us to have a peaceful transfer of power. Lastly, allow me to tackle on something. People have been talking about the misbehavior conduct of the Uganda People Defense Force and the Ugandan police, and prison also being involved in the elections affair and so on. Yeah, the truth is, I don't think Uganda, we still have those kind of institutions that are really independent. Why am I saying so? Is that from the time President Museveni came into power, remember that he managed to nationalize all the institutions of the securities as within the running of the party system. And that is where the oppositions has completely failed to challenge Museveni on that. Why am I saying that? Because the army in Uganda, yes, right now, somehow people will say they're disciplined, which according to people's statements. But the question we need to ask ourselves, and we say, how disciplined are they? Are they serving the national interest, or are they serving a party interest? And that is where it's wrong. Then nationalizing also the Uganda police. Uganda police was supposed to be a national thing, but right now Uganda police is no longer looking into working within the law which has been given to them to protect law and order, life, and also to keep law and order. But only for them, they are also operating like a military, which is wrong. And then also look at prison. And this tests to tell you that look at the head of prison is also a general within the military. Look at the head of Ugandan police. You see, a nation that's supposed to run in a systematically where you expect laws and order to be kept is when the IGP is not a military, is within the police, that truly he has gone through a process within the police systems, and he has the mindset of keeping laws and orders and understanding the police rules and regulations within that, and ethics of the police. But then you find here most of them having a mindset of and the ethics of the military. To me, that is where things has to go wrong. And we pray because the better Uganda will be there, because all of us were here for a season, and no one is here permanently. And even to those who have guns, to those who have no guns, to those who are in power, to those who hold money, to those who have money in their homes and keeping it under their beds, the truth is to say, 20 to 30, 40 years come from now, some of them won't be there, but Ugandans, we shall be there. And Uganda itself will be there. The question is, what legacy are you leaving behind to the people? So that is all what I want to say. That would be some of the recaps I can give about since I went silent, and the new year and the election issues. Yeah. You might ask, Mr. Michael, was election free and fair? Absolutely, I would say no, it wasn't free and fair, because the intimidation was so high, the deployment of the police, and yeah, But somehow, somewhere, the campaign was fine, because this is the first time I think we have not seen the opposition being beaten so much and arrested like the way in 2021 Bobi Wine was arrested, put in prison, put in military prison, released, blah blah. At least this time he was given that kind of some freedom. Although during the day of the polling station, of course, the result that came out. That's why I'm saying sometimes when you see your opponent give you freedom in the campaign and so on, be very careful at what might come next. So I think some of these things is some of us who are politicians and those who are yearning to be politicians and you're outside there, I think you should learn from that, that always study your opponents, because the environment that they give you will determine how the outcome and what will come next into you. So above all, for me, I remain Kidega Michael, and actually from northern Uganda. Yeah, I would say, yeah, we keep moving and let's hope for a better Uganda. And I pray that Bobi Wine and Yoweri Museveni find their playing ground and they understand each other and they focus of building the future that every Ugandan deserves. And that is the prayer of all of us. Yes, but whatever challenge that comes between them, we are the people of Uganda. We are here to watch and see what comes out, if we will really have a peaceful transfer of power or whatever challenge comes. As a Ugandan, we just have to be ready and face whatever comes our way and believe for a better Uganda and for a better future. Above all that, for God and my country, ladies and gentlemen, I will be bringing you more of some of these kind of discussions. I will get back to normal. I have a lot of videos to make, so, which I believe one step at a time. Yeah, I will get some of this video out. But to those who supported me during my time in 2025, my efforts to run for president, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure and thank you so much. Let's keep it going. Please, if you haven't subscribed on this channel or follow me on TikTok on Uganda Democratic Union, and also goes to our Twitter, Uganda Democratic Union, and our YouTube, Uganda Democratic Union. If you haven't subscribed, please, this is the right time and the right opportunity. Let's get it to 2K, even 3K. Come 2026, we can do it. And of course, as usual, I will always be there in the politics of Uganda. I am not running anywhere. I love this nation and I love my country. For God and my country, in Jesus' name, God bless you guys. See you guys next time.